Yo, what's going on, Senpai Squad? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we've got some more spoilers for the upcoming episodes in the Boruto anime. I believe these spoilers, this schedule covers episode 70 up until episode 73, and I can guarantee you they are much more interesting than this Chocho arc. Basically, if you don't know, this Chocho arc ends at episode 69, will be the last episode, so these are going to be the next 3 episodes following on from there, and but I can't wait to talk to you about these because they genuinely do interest me. So then episode 70 is called Beyond Tension. Now it's going to be a Metal Lee and Rock Lee focused episode, which we kind of were hinted at, or not hinted at, but it was leaked, whatever you'd like to call it, earlier on, like last week or so. It was mentioned that we would be getting a Metal Lee episode after the Chocho arc. However, we didn't know whether it'd be a Metal Lee arc or just one singular episode, and it seems like it's just going to be the one episode. Now, it's a little bit annoying because obviously Chocho is getting the same sort of treatment right now, but her arc is lasting 3 episodes, whereas Metal Lee is only lasting for the 1. Now, the only answer I can get from this is the fact that, well, Chocho I don't think has actually had her own arc yet. Metal Lee, I can't remember either. He had a bit at the start, I think, but I think with Chocho being Sarada's best friend, some of you might not like it, but I do think Chocho is going to be a more important character than Metal Lee, and that's probably why she's got 3 episodes. Lee's just going to be getting 1, at least for now. That's how I see it. But basically what's going to be going on in this episode, as I read it here, is episode summary mentions Rock Lee training Metal Lee the 8 gates. Now I should also say that Spiraling's Sphere has not finished translating these. These are coming from the Twitter user Jackson, he's quite a reliable source. So obviously the schedule was announced and it's all in Japanese, and usually Spiraling's Sphere would translate it, but he's currently running quite late. He's very busy, so he's not been able to get it translated. So we've only kind of got bits of the summaries right now, but I thought you guys can take these and then you can think about it what you will, and then probably tomorrow or the next couple of days we'll get the full summary and we'll be able to see how accurate we all are. But the main points at least are already translated. So like I said, episode 70 is going to be Metal Lee focus, and it's going to be Metal Lee learning the 8 gates. I believe he already has the gate. I'm not too sure. I can't remember a great deal about Metal Lee, if I'm completely honest, but it does seem like he's getting the same treatment Chocho's getting. I just hope that it's gone about in a different way, because with it being Lee, with it being Rock Lee, you'd expect some hardcore training, and I hope he's learning the 8 gates in a cool, badass, and just genuine better way than how we've seen Chocho and a butterfly mode. That's my take on it, but anyway, on to the next episode. So then the title for episode 71 is The Hardest Stone in the World. Now, this possibly could also be part of Metal Lee's arc. I'm not too sure. There's no mention of him, but hardest stone in the world. I'm just trying to think. 8 gates training Metal Lee, punching the hardest stone in the world, something like that. Like I said, that's not mentioned anywhere as of yet, so take that with a grain of salt as you will. But what we do know is that there's going to be a 5 Kage meeting, which I'll come back onto in a second, because that's kind of piqued my interest a little bit. And the other thing is, some of the older Kage are going to be appearing. And finally, after 70 episodes of the Boruto series, we may finally be seeing Tsunade. It has been so long. I think most of us just presumed she was dead. She was gone at this point. Like, there's been no mention of her at all. Also, apparently, maybe Onoki definitely thought he was dead, 100%. But we'll see. We're going to be out getting a 5 Kage meeting, and like I said, if you guys saw a video I did a few days ago, or I think it was a few days ago, my latest video, it was about a 5 Kage meeting in the Shikamaru novel. Now, I don't want to get into debate on whether or not the novels are canon, because so many people have difference in opinions, and I just don't know what to make of the whether or not the novels are canon. But if you missed that video, basically there is a 5 Kage meeting in the novel, towards the start. I think it's like the second chapter. And in that meeting, Kurotsuchi, the Tsuchikage, and Shojuro, the Mizukage, start to tell Naruto little things about them not really trusting the Leaf anymore and possibly pulling out the Shinobi Alliance. If you haven't seen that video, I do go recommend you do it. It should be on the end card of this video. But it's very interesting. Now, whether or not this will be that 5 Kage meeting, I don't know. Because like I said, novels, canon, it's a bit up in the air about what they are. But that's something interesting because I really want that scene to be made canon and animated because it's juicy. Simple as that. And then episode 72. This is an interesting one. It's called Mitsuki's Will. Now, we all speculated at when we first saw this new ending that we currently have, that we would be getting some Mitsuki focused episodes, and that looks to be the case. Basically, there's not much of a summary for this episode. What I do know is that the Mitsuki episode mentions something about Boruto and Sarada visiting his home, but Mitsuki is nowhere to be found. Now, this may be a mistranslation. I'm not 100% sure, but if Sarada and Mitsuki are gonna go visit, if Sarada and Boruto, my bad, are gonna go visit Mitsuki's home, they're obviously going to meet Orochimaru. And if they meet Orochimaru, they'll learn that that's Mitsuki's parents. And I don't know what to make of that, because if you're on anime only, you won't know this, but in the last chapter of the Boruto manga, it's not until then that they actually learnt that that's who Mitsuki's parent is, and this is nowhere near that yet. This is way off that, so I don't know how they'll go around that. But another interesting part is the fact that Mitsuki's nowhere to be seen. I'm not too sure what this will be. One little thought I've had, whether it's true, I have no idea, but whether he's going to go on a little adventure, maybe he's going to go try and get his Sage Mode back up. Maybe that's where he's going to go. He's going to go off and do some Sage Mode training after what Urashiki did. Or maybe he'll be thinking about Urashiki. Maybe go on a little adventure. Try and find Urashiki and presumably, fail. Or maybe he won't. I don't know. But I can't imagine there'll be a fight between Mitsuki and Urashiki anytime soon. But he might be doing something like that. Maybe just thinking to himself alone time with this Sage Mode, thinking about Urashiki, etc., etc., and what happened over the tuning exams. But what I do know is whenever we get something Mitsuki focused, it tends to be very interesting, very intriguing, and very mysterious. So out of all these episodes, I think this is probably the one I'm most looking forward to, because it just, like I said, general mystery about it. We have no idea. Nothing like this is in the manga, nothing like this in a novel. So we'll see what it is. One other thing I wanted to touch upon, this is from Spiraling Sphere, so this is 100%. We will be getting a new opening / ending around the last week of September, start of October, around about there, and also a long arc. Now, presumably, this is going to be the manga content. The next arc in the manga is the Mujina Bandits arc, and that is by far not, by no means, a long arc. So whether they're going to really extend it, I'm not sure, because if you look at the Momoshiki episode, that was like 15 episodes? I have no idea, but it was about 15-16 episodes. And the Mujina Bandits arc, I don't care what they do, they cannot stretch that out to 16 episodes. In my opinion, that's about 5 episodes max. And then after that, we've got the next arc, which I'm not going to spoil too much because it's genuinely incredible arc. If you're a manga reader, obviously you know about it. But that next arc is a lot longer, and plus the gap or the switch from that arc into the following arc on from there, where we currently are in the manga, there's nothing. It literally jumps straight. The entire arc plus the arc we're in right now all happens within 1 day in the Boruto verse. So whether or not they're going to jumble all of these arcs together, I'm not too sure. And if that's the case, wow, that is going to be about 6 months of non-stop canon manga content, and that is fantastic news. However, if that does end up to be the case, once those 5-6 months are over, oh my god, the amount of filler that we would get would be unbelievable. So I want to pass this on to you guys. Would you rather have, like it is now, one canon manga arc and then like 10 or so filler episodes, and then boom, another canon manga arc, then filler, then manga? Or would you rather it be like this, if this is the case, just 6 months of non-stop canon manga content and then bang, just a crap load of filler? Which would you prefer? Because I'm a bit split. I'm not too sure. I expected after the Magina Bandits would get a bit of filler and then would go into the next 2 arcs. But if this is a long arc, then that may not be the case. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave your comments down below. Leave your like on the video if you enjoyed. I'll see you guys in another video. But until then,
it was
peace.
all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, salt and pepper and every day.